Well, hi there, Winning Ways fans, and welcome to another edition of your favorite racing show, including a little sport, and we certainly got a little sport to chat about today. We've got a very full show because we're going to show you all the big races, the ones from Friday here, and then we've got obviously the 2 big races overseas, or 3 big races overseas, and then Saturday's Champions Day. We're going to go through that lot in your call, which should be very interesting because we've got the first thing we've got to talk about is I've got to talk about Spurs. What happened? West Brom?
The keeper, that French coward, never came once in his small box. The only reason he got beat was the keeper, nobody else. Every time I slung a ball in there, he was unstarted.
What's his name? Lloris.
Lloris. Yeah, he's.
I thought he was out. I thought he had another keeper.
No. Vorm played only in the cup matches, but you got to come for them, James. He's just a small box. Even the one Kane was waiting for him. Kane lashed a boot at it, nearly stuck it in his own goal because the keeper never came. But good luck to them at the bottom. All the top 4 lost, James, or didn't win. Not one of the top 4 won.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? Liverpool got beat. Spurs got beat. Man United got beat.
Liverpool, I expected. I thought a hangover after getting the Champions League final would be enough for them.
James, they played well.
They're a good side.
They're a very good side. They put Chelsea under a lot of pressure. Just makes the top 4 tight again.
Yeah, Van Dijk made a difference to that the Liverpool side.
And Liverpool a good side. They could win the Champions, and great for Man City to have all their home fans. But Huddersfield held them, and deservedly so. Huddersfield played well.
Yeah.
Brighton beat Man
I'd like
United.
to see Huddersfield stay up, actually.
They will, James. Yeah, they will now. 36 points.
Yeah.
Then when West Ham just got out of it, I think obviously Stoke are gone. It looks ominous for West Brom.
I saw Derek had a lot to say about Cardiff getting up.
Can you believe the last game of the year? No, if they go to Birmingham and win Fulham, they go up because Cardiff drew. Cardiff drew and went up. But good luck to them. They've been up there for the whole year, Cardiff, so they go up. Now the playoffs. Yeah. Playoffs are big. That's what happened last year. Huddersfield got through in the playoffs.
Yeah. Exactly. But getting to the rugby...
Sharks were magnificent.
Well, they just outmuscled those guys, which we thought that they might do. They were a bit.
They spun the ball a bit, and I thought they were very good there. The other team looked a bit flat, but don't take it away from the Sharks. They've got a squeak who qualify now. Yeah,
I was disappointed in the Bulls. I thought they lacked direction. They went back to the old Bulls style of rugby.
Me too. I wasn't impressed with the Bulls. No,
not at all. And the Lions, well, they got a tough time overseas.
Yeah, they're going through a tough time. Yeah. They're still a strong side, but they're going through a tough time.
Yeah.
And James, just Wenger gone. Any ideas who'll take over your beloved Arsenal?
They told me that we're not getting a Frenchman.
Yeah, 22 years of a Frenchman.
22 years of a Frenchman running an English side. Look, he started off and got better, but the last 5 or 6 years have been... I know he won an FA Cup, but...
Won the most FA Cups,
couple of FA Cups.
He took a team through the league unbeaten. He brought in the Henrys who broke every record.
He was fantastic in his day, but he got tired. Like me as a racehorse trainer, he got tired as an Arsenal trainer. That's what happens.
Okay.
Life goes on. We're going to go and have a look at 3 to follow. Right, let's go to the Vaal and pick up race 3. Sean Terry stepped out 1. Lucifer Fort, my goodness, what a nice horse this was. And I thought it was dead stiff. I thought that the last 300 or 400, Kamala didn't look like he really knew where he wanted to go. But when he did show it on the outside, the other one unfortunately had got away. But despite everything, this is a cracking nice horse.
Yeah, this was runs a very good race. Absolutely walks out the gate. The commentator says it loses 4 lengths and it's very reluctant to go. And out of the race. The speed's on quickly. On the double horse who wins it shows good speed. So does White Rock. Huddle's just off them. But this horse is out of the race, Jim.
Yeah, on the doubles up on the outside. And you'll see that where this horse comes from. The interesting part is between about the 800 and the 200, what this horse does. He's got the white cap in behind the horse with the yellow, right in the middle of your pack. And he's lost.
Yeah, he ends up on the outside fence. Bling Kamala's looking to find a run at this stage. The winner's on the outside on the double. Huddle, the Australian horse, is coming through in Bernard Cantor's colours up the middle. So it looks an open race, but I was very impressed with this debutant. You know, James, he's bred by Dr. Antrobus, and he's by Elusive Fort.
Yeah, out of a Rakeen mare. So he's got a lot to come, this horse. But he's got the winner in front of him now.
I think it's
the
a
winner
she.
gets
It's a she.
The winner gets away from her, yeah. And here she runs on extremely well. And really, the winner had taken the break. And I thought this was a cracking good run. I think this might be a very, very nice filly. So let's keep her in mind. Certainly over a bit of ground, she'll go a trip, no doubt about it. We go to Greyville on the Polly, and we go and look at the barrier trial. We love these barrier trials because this is the start of the horse's career, and you get an inside look at what they're all about. Let's go and pick them up at the start. We picked up the winner, Temple Grafin, but there are a couple others we think that you should take note of.
Yeah, drawn 2 in the blue cap is Temple Grafin, and it gets away and then tucks in behind them. Arthur Marcus gets out and he goes to the front on Priceless Ruler. There's a bit of pace, you know, Driven Force shows pace as well, and Lady Sharon. But the horse we found's in 4th, and Lance Pagel's riding it. And when they come at the stretch, James, they all seem to be sitting, but I like the way this horse picked it up.
She picked it up very nicely, this filly, indeed. And what you'll like about her, she's by Duke of Marmalade out of a Gray's Inn mare. She'll go all day, but she showed it quickened up really nicely, this filly, and you watch her quicken up. But Marcus is posing in front, and in fact, take a close look at the horse that he's riding.
Club colours.
The club colours with a black cap. This horse is going well, but he's not really doing much, and you'll find that he actually puts his hands down to about 50 to run, or even more. There he stops riding the horse, but the winner goes on and wins. Lovely action, fluid action. I looked at her in the parade ring, athletic filly, and she looks like she'll certainly go a trip. So
yeah, has to go a trip.
1,000-meter barrier trial to show that type of pace. Yeah. I'm very pleased.
Follow that.
Saw Hugo Hutting in the morning, and he'd come up to see the barrier trial, which was great for him. He's a great supporter. Right, we're going to move on to the next one, and this one we picked out in a barrier trial, but we think we should pick it up again. Charged Affairs. This filly's quite useful. She just the winner got the break on her, which we'd also picked up. Let's go and look at her run second.
Yeah, the 2 horses, they dominated the betting. There she is in draw 1 on the inside. She comes out a little skew, but shows plenty of speed. And Lady Jackson shows speed, but on the outside's your winner. And Outlands d'Amour, this I was very impressed with, because when Arthur challenges it on Charge d'Affaires as they enter the straight, quickens away again the winner. Could be a smart field, this.
I think these 2 are very, very nice horses. I think that the time was quick, and certainly Sean Veal committed, which you've got to commend him on. He really put them to the sword. Anton has a go here in the Van Hastings colours on the outside, but can't get to this filly. She's too quick. And I think these 2 have both got decent futures. And the third filly also looks like a filly that will go more ground, Lady Jackson. Yeah. And I thought that she might be worth including in bigger things later on. But certainly quite a nice bunch of 2-year-old fillies.
Yeah, very nice.
Right, well, that's 3 to follow, and I think quite useful, those 3 to follow. We'll be moving on to see what shouldn't happen. I thought we should show that a few times, because the Outrider's horse is 17 hands. You see how high that horse got above the Outrider's horse? That's the biggest Outrider's horse in America. Gee. And that horse is way over. And that jock's sitting pretty well. George Valesquez, I think it is. Yeah. He certainly knows his way around the racetracks. If you want to watch a full unabridged version, go to www.goldcircle.co.za. That's our website, where you can get everything on YouTube as well. Plum of the Week.
Has now got away by 4. She's got the field on the stretch. Second place is Fireside. They followed by Sea Venture, Manushka's Butte, but it's Return Flight in the lead. 250 meters out. She's got a commanding lead as well. Second place Fireside, Sea Venture. They next with Manushka's Butte, but Return Flight will return a winner, and she'll come home safely with a comprehensive demolition. Return Flight has won it. Second goes to Sea Venture. Then came Fireside. Pulcheria was fourth.
Well, this one, it's maiden by 11, one here by 8.5. That's 20-odd lengths in his first 2 wins.
Yeah, this fantastic plug for Pomodoro.
Well, it shows you he's a horse that should go a bit of a trip, but out of fast mares, out of special preview mare, out of fast mares, they certainly got some pace.
Absolutely.
That's very good for him. But this filly looks really smart. She won in a common canter. And I like the way she just quickened away from them. And she was on Interbet, you could have got 5 and 6 to 10. Early on, you could have got better than that. On Interbet, she was always a decent price, but she looked like the right way to start off your Champions Day. I know Champions Day didn't go very well for the punters, but there were a couple of gems all the way along the line, and we'll go through them and we'll chat about them. But Interbet was your place to be. That's where you could have got 5 and 6 to 10 about Return Flight. Let's take a little break, and we'll be back with current affairs.
Hi, my name is Gregory Blank. I'm an ex-stockbroker and involved in private equity and stock markets. But my passion for the last 40 years has been horse racing. I initially started off as an owner. We then got into breeding and then into trading. And obviously by default became a punter. The most exciting part, apart from leading as a winner, is having a winning bet at the same time. Obviously that's not always easy, but with the help of Interbet and their transparent information, it makes trading and betting a lot easier. I've had over 38 Group 1 winners and continue to try to strive for that thrill of having a winner. The thrill of owning a horse and winning a race is indescribable, but if they're serious about it and serious about punting, is to get a leg in and really follow Interbet to the max. It's the only way they can be ahead of the game. Right, welcome to Current Affairs, and as we told you last week, there are plenty of great racing all around the world, and we're going to show you some of the best racing, starting off obviously with our Friday night Guineas poinsettia. We went on to great racing in South Africa on Saturday, which we're going to show you in your call, but we're going to show you the drill all as well, and we're going to show you the Kentucky Derby and the 2 Guineas, all the 1,000 Guineas in England.
2,000 guineas.
2,000, okay.
Yeah, we'll show the 2,000 guineas. 1,000 guineas was a triumph for Richard Hannon.
Fantastic.
First classic with a 66-to-1 shot. The Hannans love winning with big outside.
He's done well, Richard Hannon. He had Barney Roy run second last year or the year before with that acceleration horse, and this year, this horse here absolutely cruised up. I watched the race, I couldn't believe it. But we've got great racing to show you, James.
Well, Richard Hannon Jr., remember, it's not...
it's the Lati, Billenden Brook.
Yeah.
And Sean Levy, I don't know the rider too well.
No, he rides for them. He rides quite a lot of winners.
I don't know the stallion, Champs-Élysées.
Champs-Élysées, yeah. I think he's a pretty well-bred horse. I'm sure Champs-Élysées was trained by the O'Briens, but...
I thought Happily would win, but it sort of stayed on third behind Lawrence.
I think it needs more ground, Happily.
Yeah.
Definitely. But
let's go Durban.
Just before we go there, Magic Millions all set for the sales?
I'm going to the yearling sales.
Yeah.
I want to go out and get, because I can get them at the yard every year, try and get a few Australian horses in. And I bought exceptionally well, fortunately enough.
You bought the best horse you ever trained there.
Yeah, Lord James Bester bought it for me, Harry's son.
Yeah.
But I was there, I walked that arena with him, and I walked right to the back where they kept Harry's son. And at $60,000, he was a fantastic horse. I've never had a horse anywhere near as good as him, and I've had some useful ones, yeah. But I bought a lot of good ones over sale, James.
We've got next week we've got an interview with James Bester, which I did at the sale, so you can see the type of bloodstock agents we hang around with. And I'm obviously going for the weanling sale because that's my game, is weanlings. And if there's any of my clients that want to buy on the yearling sales, well, we'll get you and Bester.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there perusing and conversely, if there's a weanling you like, I like buying a couple of weanlings myself.
We love the weanlings.
I bought as a weanling. Do you remember that day we were going to fly there, James? And we were at the airport in Johannesburg.
Yeah.
And they announced that we can't fly that night. We were flying with the rugby team, the Reds,
Correct.
because the intercom system didn't work. That was the only reason.
I thought the door fall
No,
off
the intercom system didn't work. They couldn't tell people what was going on. So you went home.
Yeah.
And I phoned Vin Cox, and he bought me Zinzara, who's won 3 now.
Yeah.
I remember that.
At the weaning sale.
At the weaning sale, yeah. So you'll be there.
Well, Vin will be there as well.
Yeah, Vin will be there. He's now
Coolmore.
He's Coolmore, Australia. Yeah. Barry runs the show now. Barry's doing a great job. Chuck will be there to help us all out. Yeah. And the team, all our great mates who are auctioneers. Wonderful sale this.
Yeah, we always get a quick knock from Steve Davis.
And Bernsey. and Clint Donovan. They all just
Anyway,
okay.
it is the Source of Champions, the place where you want to go and buy some horses, because really at the prices we're paying here now, when you're paying 5 million and 4 million rand for horses, you can go and buy some pretty nice horses for $100,000. I mean, top of the tree for $100,000 there at the sale. So, get in touch with either Paul or myself if you would like to do any business there. We will be happy to assist you. But we're going to go and have a look at the Drill Hall Stakes on Friday night. That was the first of our 3 features from here. Let's go and pick them up at the 800-meter mark.
Will Pays is further back at this stage, and then we go back to Saratoga Dancer, and Copper Force is the trailer, and that's racing about 8 or 9 lengths off the leader. Undercover Agent controls the pace in the Independent on Saturday Drill Hall Stakes. Captain Alder is back in second position. At the rail is Prince of Kahal. Perovsky is back fourth, then Sail South. Lord Balmoral's on the outside, then Will Pays. Saratoga Dancers, the yellow cap, and Copper Force in the back seat, 8 lengths off the leader. As they turn for home, Undercover Agent the leader. Captain Alder, Prince of Kahal. Towards the outside, Perovsky. Down the inside, Sail South is running on. Then Lord Balmoral as they come down to the 200. Undercover Agent, the leader. Perovsky is a big runner. Perovsky, Sail South down the inside. Undercover Agent's got a race on its hands. Perovsky on the outside. Perovsky and Undercover Agent. Perovsky won it. Undercover Agent, Will Pays and Sail South.
Well, what a great result that was, especially for Harold Crawford, one of the quiet guys of racing. You've known him for years. Wonderful lad.
He is. It just shows you something I've always said, and the longer you're in the business, the more you understand. You've got to have support. As a racehorse trainer, you've got to have support. And Harold has always made a living out of training a lot of very ordinary horses, mainly homebreds.
Yeah.
And he's had some wonderful clients that have stuck with him all these years. But now his daughter's got involved.
Yeah, great.
And she's fantastic, Michelle. She's sort of revitalized him and brought clients in who want to buy him some horses. Although Mort has been a fantastic...
Yeah, I believe he's won the Drillall Stakes twice, Mark Mort. I heard someone saying... And, you know, James, this horse by Russian Shades, as you say, he gets the homebreds. Russian Shades out of What a Girl by Key Danzig.
Gary Player.
Gary
well
Player.
Gary.
A good weekend for Gary.
Well done
this
to
is
Gary.
a start.
Very, very, very happy
very
for
good,
him.
yeah.
And the Crawfords fought it out.
Yes.
Harold and Brett.
Not much in the finish.
No, very little in the finish. I thought Murray was outstanding, whereas not so sure about the rest. But let's go and have a look at the next one. And I think that's the Daisy Fillies Guineas.
That's
which,
right,
was the Hiroshima, as some people like to call it, for Snow Dance, which was a pity. She just looked like she needed it.
Yeah.
Dance controls the pace as they move to the 1,000-meter marker. On the outside, Elusive Heart. Fiorella's at the rail. Roy's Rivera's further back. Lady in Black has battled.
Unfortunately, we got a problem with the clip, but Snow Dance is in front, and Elusive Hearts. If we get it, I don't know what's going on with these
He'll
guys.
come back on, yeah.
Oh, there we go. We've had
Snow Dance, as you say, James, might just have needed it. She runs a fantastic race. And Arthur's sitting in third on the winner, Fiorella.
Well, he's not sitting anymore. He's now giving it a push.
And the rest know the favourite's gone.
Yeah, they're all looking at Snow Dance, thinking to themselves, how are we going to get there? Elusive Heart runs a very game race in third, plods up the inside. At Fiorella, when Marcus gets too busy with it, he gets the best
by Captain Novell out of Arcalo for Dave McLean, a big player in the game. Well done to him.
Yeah.
And Arthur Marker, Vastfontein, the breeders of the winner. What a close finish, James. Arthur's hard at work, and the champion filly is going to get nudged out, and she'll be back.
Yeah, she will be back. She just needed it. But nice start for Dave McLean. He's a guy who deserves every bit of success he gets, and very pleased to see this one winning for him. Let's go and have a look at the Colts Guineas, and this was where the Snaiths bounced back very quickly because they looked under pressure. Justin looked under a bit of pressure after.
No, he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude.
He was box walking badly, Justin, but suddenly he found his stride when Do It Again won a very good race and probably put himself into favoritism for the July. But I thought yours is as game as they come in second.
He's a very good sniper shot. The day he gets a good draw, he'll pick up a heat. He deserves it. He was beaten in the Group 3 by the draw, and again here he comes from the back. The two of them come from the back. Him and Do It Again. And I'd like to have seen him in the box. He'd try to get 3 lengths start and Do It Again. It's the only way you beat it, because Do It Again got the hallmarks going all the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go and pick them up at the 800. Hopefully we've got better sound.
7 or 8 lengths off the leader. They move now towards the 700-meter region. And it's Wonderwall who shows the way. On the outside of that one, Premier Shows used up a lot of energy to race second. Kazar's third, and then comes White River, who's back in that fourth position. That's about 3.5 lengths off the leader. Tapanoth and Mardi Gras, the Grey, travel together. Sniper Shot and Do It Again. They're only about 5 or 6 lengths off the leader. Daisy Guineas is homeward bound, and Wonderwall's the leader. Premier Show, the Grey Mardi Gras moves up early on the outside. Kazar goes in. Sniper Shot and White River come out. Tapanoth and Do It Again going for the same split. Coming to the 300-meter marker, it's wide open. Mardi Gras, Sniper Shot's a runner. Do It Again's now putting in a claim as they get to the 200-meter marker. Do It Again and Sniper Shot over the last 100. But Do It Again takes it up, and it's Do It Again to win it. Sniper Shot will be second. Tapanoth third. White River ran fourth.
Yeah, this looks to be a very good horse. He's now shortened into second favourite for the Vodacom Durban July. He's behind his stablemate who's drifted out a point or so. So on this, it's got to go for the Daily News, James?
I would think so, yeah.
Because he was runner-up in the Derby.
Yeah, yeah. And after what happened in Johannesburg, it will be very interesting to see how the season shapes up.
Yeah.
There were a lot of bubbles burst in Johannesburg over on the Saturday, but this horse certainly highlighted his credibilities as a very good runner.
Very good, James. About twice over out of Sweet Virginia is Casey Tibbs mare, and well done to, it was owned by Johnson, Cantor and Mitchell, big players in the industry. Well done to all of them. And Northfield stud bred it.
Yeah, Robin Bruss, Robin Bruss knows how to breed a horse.
He knows
no
how
doubt
to breed
about
a horse.
it. And
very good, very
Casey
good breeder.
Tibbs mare, that's it's a very stout pedigree there, and this horse will go on any ground. And I think, he's a horse that really hasn't put a foot wrong. He ran in the Guineas, that would look like, but he missed the break, and that looked like he might not be this type of horse, but he's a bloody nice horse, and he ran on really well in the Derby. He's a horse well worth considering in your calculations. But then we go and have a look at the English 2,000 guineas, the Quipco 2,000 guineas, and Aidan O'Brien won it for the 8th time, but he won it with a new jockey now, another son of his. He's got a whole team of them, whole slew. Donica O'Brien.
I looked up Donica, James. I think he's only had 6 winners, and I think 3 this year.
Yeah.
But
he's just starting Donica.
Yeah, he rode this very well.
But he rode as an amateur for a long time.
They're steeped in horses.
They're steeped in horses. But as Paul says, he rode this extremely well. And I can tell you, at the outset, I think what I would do if I was having a bet, I'd have a bet this horse to win the Triple Crown.
Yes.
Because that's what he's going for.
That's right.
And the Kentucky Derby winner to win the Triple Crown as well.
Correct.
Because I think that these 2 horses will win the Triple Crown.
I agree with you. I think they'll both win the Triple Crown. This is by Deep Impact.
Yeah.
Now, Deep Impact, remember they sent mares there and they got them. And this is out of a Galileo mare. It's 4 for 4 now. Yeah. And he's a very good horse called Saxon Warrior.
It's incredible the 2 horses that won the Guineas and the Kentucky Derby, both 4 from 4.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Both of them look like Triple Crown winners.
They're both going to be Triple Crown winners. I can't see them not. They're very, very good. They've got Triple Crown pedigrees.
Exactly. Let's go and have a look.
You get away then. Massar is fast out of the gates. Headway is dropped out to the back of the field, and Card Sharp and Raja Singh are the first 2 to show. Murillo's up there as well from Massar. Elakam 3rd or 4th in the early part of the race. Tip to Win and James Garfield are just in behind him as Murillo, Wayne Lorden with that white cap leads to Card Sharp on the extreme left. Following him, Raja Singh and also Raid. Massar is about 1 from the right. Blue Jacket racing ahead of Roaring Lion and Nebo, as Card Sharp is left by himself as Raja Singh and Raids come and join the others. Gustav Clint in dark blues just in behind Elakam down the centre. James Garfield is next from Saxon Warrior in the middle of the field. Headway's the back marker. Raid just ahead of him, and the noseband of Expert Eye is next as already they come down past halfway in the Kipco 2,000 guineas, and Murillo leads 2 on the left. Card Sharp. Elakam's a length and a half behind these. Massar and Gustav Clint are together 4th and 5th. Saxon Warrior behind those. Roaring Lion comes next, and then comes Nemo to James Garfield. Raja Singh is in behind those. They're heading down now inside the closing stages. Elakam has come to join Murillo. Massar 3 from the right. Roaring Lion on the right coming into it strongly, and now Saxon Warrior down the centre coming with a big challenge as well. Roaring Lion is nearest to us to Saxon Warrior down the centre. Massar behind those. Tip to Win is staying on in the closing stages. Heading up towards the line now, it's Saxon Warrior in front from Roaring Lion. Tip to Win, Massar behind him, but Saxon Warrior has won by a length and a half with Donica O'Brien to Tip to Win, Massar, Elakam and Roaring Lion.
Well, Aidan O'Brien's 300th Grade 1 winner. 300th Grade 1 winner. Most people like to trade 300 winners in there.
Yeah, 300 maidens is an achievement. He goes all over the world. James, I've got a question to pose. Ryan Moore, who rides the first choice for them, went overseas to ride for the stable. He rode Mendelssohn in the race we're going to watch, Kentucky Derby. And Donica rode this, his son. Well, who's going to ride in the Derby?
I think Ryan Moore will ride.
Yeah, tricky course, eh?
Yeah, I think the course makes it, Donica hasn't got the... And you see, they know how valuable these horses are. He got a chance, he won the 2,000 guineas, but I think when it comes to the Derby and this and that, you'll find that, Ryan Moore.
If you win the Derby now, big money.
Well, the interesting thing is out of a mare called Maybe.
Yes, remember her?
Yeah, she was very, very good. It's a fabulous, fabulous family. And really very interesting that you've 300 Grade 1 winners, and Aidan O'Brien's won 9 2,000 guineas.
It's amazing.
Well,
every year they come out, they've got these stallions, they've got the buying power, but they produce the goods.
Yeah.
And now they've realised deep impact, sensation, you know, and they go and buy them.
Okay, well, the next one we're going to watch is the Kentucky Derby, and this horse broke a 136-year Apollo curse. Do you know what an Apollo curse is?
Yeah, I do.
You do, because you're a fundi of the game, you study, okay? 136-year Apollo curse. They said it would never be broken, because but it shows you how times change.
Times have changed, you know, and it means you don't run as a 2-year-old and you win the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
Never ran as a 2-year-old.
The horse was Apollo, the last horse to do it.
Yeah, the Apollo's curse.
Yeah. So
remember that curse they had with Babe Ruth?
Yeah.
You know, they'd never win when they sold Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
the curse of the Bambi or something. So this is the same thing. But James, this was, before we show people the 2.5 minutes we've got on the show, this was shocking conditions, unless you like slop. I saw photographs of horses that came in behind. You can't recognize the silks.
Exactly. It was slop, but this horse grind and galloped them into the ground. And I don't think it'd be, they said, as we said last week when we tipped the race, Justify Bolt Or ran a shocking race. But this horse absolutely beat them purely on ability. They say he's an absolute monster.
Now, Bob Baffert did it again. And he did it with American Pharaoh. He did it with, was it Arrogate maybe or something? He couldn't win it. And suddenly he's won it 3 in the last 4 years or 5 years. Amazing, eh?
Yeah. So you've got to have the horses.
And he's got them.
And he got the horses. He's a great trainer. Okay. 136 years. Apollo course is broken. Let's go and watch this. So there's a footage of the Kentucky Derby. It's quite a nice little clip. I thought that you'd enjoy it.
So I'm ready. I hope you're ready. And I hope you're ready out there to kick off this 144th Kentucky Derby.
I'm in a sweet spot. I'm feeling good. The sun is shining. I knew it would. The world's a playground. I'm in the clouds. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out.
Yes! Yes!
I'm on the big stage. I got my crew. I'll get you moving. It's what I do. The party's starting. It's going down. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out.
And they're off. Yoshida takes charge at the top of the stretch, and as they come to the wire, and Yoshida wins the Turf Classic by a length on the wire.
Check me out.
Water's up!
Check me out. Just check me. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby. And promises fulfilled. Great start. Beneath the iconic twin spires for the first time. Promises fulfilled out to set the pace. And just like that, Justify seizes the lead with a half mile to go in the Kentucky Derby. They're digging down on a 2-length lead. Good Magic is wandering about the track. From far behind, Audible rallies to be third. They're coming to the final 16th, and it's Justify and Good Magic and Audible. Justify in a 2-length lead. Final try from Good Magic. All rise for Justify. The Kentucky Derby was never in doubt.
Well, that's how they do the Kentucky Derby. And quite interesting as far as South Africa is concerned. is that you know that Hawaii is in the pedigree of Justify on both sides of the pedigree, top and bottom.
I didn't know that. There we go.
Yeah,
That's
he's a Grand Dam of Hennessy, okay, and a Grand Dam of Ghost Zapper. So they're both in the pedigree, and it just shows you what an influence we have with
it's about Scat Daddy, eh?
minute amount of horses that go around the world, and Hawaii was one of the greats.
This is a very good horse. As you say, I'm right behind you on the Triple Crown with this horse. Mike Smith, he knows it. Bob Baffert knows all about it. And Scat Daddy's a sensational stallion too.
Oh, he's such a lost Scat Daddy, it's not even possible. But at least, you know, they're getting like Caravaggio's going to Australia.
Yeah, good speed.
You know, you're going to be able to get involved in some of these horses down the line. We won't see them here, unfortunately, but
we might see some Caravaggios, yeah?
Oh, yeah. We won't see Caravaggio, yeah.
No, some of his offspring.
Yeah. We'll buy some of his offspring, no doubt about that, like the Uncle Mo's, which we love having. Anyway, let's move on. We're going to see what they've got in your call, which is the whole of Champions Day, which is just as exciting. Right, let's get into Champions Day, which was by all accounts a tremendous success, and certainly the racing was very good. It wasn't great for the punters, though.
It goes like that, you know. You got young horses, you got sprinters, you got stayers, you got the best horses in the country racing. I thought it was a great day. I was glued to my TV watching all these top horses. As you say, a lot of the fancied runners went missing, and there's some big results. But great day for the Robbie Sages and people like that.
Yeah, Robbie Sage is the star of the show.
Yeah.
And for Colin Bird.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later on. But the man who started the proceedings off was none other than St. John Gray. Homebred, home-trained, home-owned, everything to do with St. John. Ronnie's Candy by King of Kings. Now,
was it King's Express that remember some years back one? It came out of Kimberley or somewhere, and one. It was also King of Kings.
And let me tell you, King of Kings was Aidan O'Brien's first classic winner.
Is that right? Eh?
When he won the 2,000 guineas, I think 20 years ago, with King of Kings. So there you go. That was, and Alan Sutherland bought the horse in here, and he's been a damn fine stallion for. If you wanted a fast horse, he was a good. He never really got the chances, but
I thought on form it had it all to do. Ronnie's Candy. Raymond Danielson rode a very good race, and out of a Jetmaster mare.
Yeah, yeah, and as I said, bred by.
Greystone.
Yeah, Greystone. Benny and the Jets.
That's
right.
Is
that
Benny.
named after Benny van der Merwe?
His dancing style.
Dancing style. Okay, let's go and pick him up at the 600.
Casual wear. Gala and Celtic Sea are still right next to each other. They're looking each other in the eye. Rock Sensation at the inside of runners, and Ronnie's Candy darts inwards. They have 500 meters left to go. Captain's Princess with a narrow lead over Missouri. Rock Sensation is third. Gala's in the blue. Celtic Sea's under pressure. Casual wear was next. Then comes I Like It. They race down towards the final 250. Captain's Princess. Ronnie Candy is right there. Then comes Missouri. Gala further back. It's Ronnie's Candy who claims the lead. Second place, Gala. Then comes Captain's Princess, but it's Ronnie's Candy to cause an upset. Ronnie's Candy has won. Second goes to Gala. Captain's Princess was third, and fourth goes the way of Celtic Sea.
Well, there you picked up. How unlucky the Beck horse was.
In the Beck Silks.
Yeah.
Found trouble at the wrong time. Wouldn't have beaten the winner. Winner was sat behind it, went past it.
Went past it like...
But it might have run second.
Absolutely cantered past it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the first one. Then we moved on to the South African Nursery Grade 2, 1,100 meters, 1,160 meters. And This was another interesting race. Let's go and pick them up.
With William the Silent, Diwali. Mr. Flood has made another place or two towards the outside. Chimichurri Run. Then further back to Louis the 7th. Up the inside is Bold Eagle. Then comes Epic Dream. Bold Eagle's got plenty of work to do as they reach the final 400 meters. William the Silent is the leader with Cirillo at its inside in the white cap. Mr. Flood was further back. Then comes Epic Dream and a Franchi. It's still William the Silent who drifts off a true line. Cirillo at its inside. Then comes Mr. Flood towards the outside. Chimichurri Run. Still William the Silent over Cirillo. Two of them go nose for nose in the run down to the wire. William the Silent has won it. Second goes to Cirillo. Third really close. Chimichurri Run and Bold Eagle are in.
Drakenstein bred, Colin Bird owned, Robbie Sage trained. First as a start of what was to be a huge day.
Huge day for
Robbie.
Him and
for
Colin.
a little stable like that.
Bavar, the TikTok, a Captain Elmel, a lot of speed, and it really ran a good race. And
well, it beat Van Halen very easily, and you saw Van Halen run last week in a feature race here, and ran second, and just got run out of it. And this was absolutely doddled.
James, it all augurs well for the gold medallion and races like that, the Ellen Robertson. Just talking about the runner-up, Cirillo. It's still a maiden, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And James has run short-head second in 3 features.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got it to jump this time. I thought it would win when it jumped, but it's just can't do it. And that's another one of these Pomodoros.
Yeah, absolutely. And very interesting, another one out of a fast mare, out of a Lake Coniston mare. I saw that the one was out of a special preview mare, one out of you worked out now Pomodoro. That's where you want to go and buy them. I
got one.
You got one.
Yeah,
good for you.
Out of Superlicious Flying Machine.
Good for you. Right, we're going to go and have a look at the Camellia Stakes. This is the fillies race. It looked like Green Pepper was the right horse here. It ran last. I don't know what happened there, but the horse that won it won a 2-year-old group race, Green Plains. I think she's very good.
Talented. Give me the green light's a very good stallion, James. This is another one for Gary Player. Friday night he strikes again here.
Wonderful for him. And, you know, in the twilight of his breeding career, I hear that it's over anyway, but nice to see
Jet Master Mare.
Yeah, Jet Master Mares. You'd like to have them. Let's go and watch the Camellia.
Splendor. They followed by My Friend Lee. Out after those is Heaps of Fun. Tahini, Skippers and Dagmar is on the inside rail. 600 meters left to go. Towards the outside, Winter's Forge, Green Plains, followed by Orissa. Then comes My Funny Valentine, Spring Wonder, the red cap on the far side. Secret Star has been in isolation throughout. Then comes Green Pepper, and she's got about 4 to make up. Out after those is Covered in Snow as they race down towards the final 250, and it's Green Plains who bursts away. Second place is Winter's Forge. Then comes My Funny Valentine and Secret Star, but it's Green Plains who's much too good here. Green Plains is 4 lengths in front. Second place Winter's Forge and My Funny Valentine, but Green Plains has romped. Second to My Funny Valentine, Winter's Forge was third. Fourth got close, maybe Secret Star over Tahini.
Well, she's come back to herself, this filly. She went to Cape Town and had a real bad trot there. She started off okay, but it just went all wrong for her.
Cape Town has knocked a few horses back, and this horse has come back to best, earlier form, and James completely trotted up. Eh?
Well, Sean Terry won first, second and fourth in this race. 3 out of the top 4. Only Stanley Ferreira was able to break the trifecta. And he's always been very good with these fillies, Sean. He's good with everything anyway. But I'm sure he would have been very pleased to win with this filly for Chris Fanico. We're going to move on, and we're going to have a look at probably the saddest day on the card, because there's got to be a winner. We're very happy for the winner, and Sherwin Nigeria is one of our great mates.
Yeah, Durban boy, great to see him. Sherwin's
him.
Having some great fun with his racing now, and this horse won well from so. It's wonderful to get a big race like this, you know, with a stallion, Elusive Fort, who's producing horses to race with the top draw every time, especially his fillies. The Elusive Fort fillies are flying, James.
Yeah, well, you remember Sean Terry went for the Triple Crown with an Elusive Fort filly, and she removed a shoe at the start.
That's right.
And it was a total
but
disaster.
there's been a good few, James.
Yeah. Anyway, Taking the Piece was a popular choice. We all wanted to be with them. We wanted to see those lunatics go completely mull. It didn't happen, but that's what racing's about. You never, ever know what's going to happen. Let's go and look at Sherwin Nigeria winning his first really big race.
to go. Chariot of Gold with a 3-length lead. Silver Thursday is second. Pilgrim's Progress is next. Then comes Secret Potion. Got a lot of love. Green Top got nothing to offer today. Taking the pieces towards the outside. She's still got 7 to make up. Chariot of Gold is still the leader. Second place is Secret Potion. Now taking the pieces, getting serious. She's getting closer. Now into the final 150 meters. Chariot of Gold. Secret Potion. Flickerty by far. And taking the piece at Secret Potion in the lead. Secret Potion will win the Volkerborsdrift SA Oaks. Second to Flickerty by far. Then came Chariot of Gold, and taking the piece was fourth. Secret Potion spoils the party. She wins the final leg of the Volkerborsdrift. Triple.
Secret Potion. As we said, Jeff Woodruff, he's a master at getting them ready. And he said after this filly's last run, he said, I'm going to win the Oaks for you. Sherwin said to me, going to win the Oaks.
Dr. Ian Haynes, good breeder, James.
Yeah.
He beats some regulars. I know Sherwin, the local boy, is up there with GK, Terry Riley, they're up there.
Yeah.
I remember Dennis Bosch trained a winner for Terry Riley, I'm trying to think of it, Noble Air. I don't know if Sherwin had a share in that, because they won a Group 1 with Delpesh up in the mud.
Absolutely, they won the computer form sprint.
That's right,
and they got exported to Australia.
That's right. Mark, it was, Gunther Frochman rode it, timed it to perfection. And we, as you say, we're all keeping an eye out on Shay's horse on the outside, Shay and the boys. And maybe it didn't stay, but it ran a good race, ran fourth.
Well, with its pedigree, you would have thought there might be suspect, but she was in the right place. I thought Murray gave her a peach of a ride. It just didn't go on into it. Okay, then we move on to the Grade 1 South African Derby. And here we saw some new faces and some old faces and some people that really deserve to win this type of race. So let's go and pick them up at the start.
Crown flag goes up. Gates open. And they racing away, and Majestic Mambo lost 3 lengths. He was slow away in his last early on. Walter Smoothie, the first one to break. Second place is the Rocket Man. Gambardo's handy enough, and that now moved up into second. Hero's Honor at the rail fourth, now passed by Cash Time. Royal Crusaders only 3 lengths off a pretty slow early gallop. Then comes Throng, further back to for a few dollars more. They midfield with Noble Secret and the Gold racing about 7 off the leader. 2 away to Surcharge, he settled well. Silver God keeps him company. Then a further 2 lengths back to Like a Panther. Greenwood Drive is one from last, and Majestic Mambo will do things the hard way from the back of the field as they make their way past the 1800 meters board. Walter Smoothie in front by just over 1 length. Gambardo second, 1 off the rail at the outside of the Rocket Man, who's been given the run of the race for now. Then comes Cash Time, that's at the outside of Hero's Honor. Royal Crusade in 6th and only about 4 lengths from the leader. That's at the outside of Stable Companion Noble Secret in the Gold. Throng was next. Then comes Silver God for a few dollars more. The Stable Companions race within a length of each other. Greenwood Drive was next. Then comes Surcharge. He lost a few more places. He's racing about 10 lengths from the leader in the pink sleeves and cap. Then towards the back of the field is Majestic Mambo and Like a Panther. Down the side of the track, past the 1200 meters board they go. And the leader continues to be Walter Smoothie. In the black and white colors, he steadies things in the lead. He's got a 1-length advantage. Gambardo is still second. There's not too much going on here. No change in the order. Then comes the Rocket Man at the rail in 3rd. Cash Time was 4th. At the outside of Hero's Honor, that's in 5th and racing about 3 off the leader. Royal Crusade was next and Noble Secret is 7th and 6 lengths from the front. Throng was further back. Then comes Silver God at the rail. For a few dollars more, keeps him company. Surcharge just gets nudged and nurdled along, as does Greenwood Drive. Majestic Mambo in the red is on the inside rail, and Like a Panther will need to turn it on from there. They have 600 meters left to go. Walter Smoothie brought them for home. Second place, the Rocket Man. Hero's Honor on the inside rail. Then Gambardo. Cash Time in the middle of the course. A breakaway to Royal Crusade. Noble Secret was further back. Then comes Surcharge and Like a Panther. Into the final 300 meters they go. Cash Time on the outside. Hero's Honor. Walter Smoothie's in between them. Then comes Gambardo. Surcharge in the pink. Royal Crusade. Noble Secret they next. 150 out. Hero's Honor is in the lead. Second place, Cash Time. Then comes Surcharge, but it's Hero's Honor 2 lengths in front, and Hero's Honor causes a huge upset. Second to Surcharge, then came Noble Secret and Cash Time.
Well, there you go. Mark Kahn, name from the past. He was out of riding for about 7 years, wasn't he?
Sometime, yeah. He was top for his tree, and then he got injured.
5-time South African champion jockey. Top man.
Top man. Well, this is a major comeback from him. Well done, of course, to the Alexander twins.
Yeah.
But more importantly, Bruce Gardner's first Group 1. Lawrence Werner's first Group 1. And if I'm not mistaken, this year was Brahms' first Group 1.
Yeah.
Billy Henderson's first Group 1. And, you know, this is out of Grail Maiden. And,
Galileo, if you want to buy a horse to win the Derby, you buy
I bought Brahm and Billy, the sister of Visionary. I hope they've still got it. Visionary had a Grail Maiden.
I hope they've still got it.
I hope they've still got it, because Hero's Honor. Well done to Gary, got this horse right. I know it was at big odds.
Yeah.
But Wait the Dawn, sad loss, James.
Yeah, it certainly now produced a Group 1 winner, and it just shows you that these horses, anything can happen in this type of race. There were a lot of disappointments. I think Sir Charles ran his usual game race.
Yeah, his game also.
Yeah, they maybe should have taken the 7 million when they were offered it.
Was it offered 7 million?
Something like that. Anyway, I'm not sure that that's the amount of money, but there were a number of horses that just, you know, the Majestic Mambo never looked like he got any sort of clear running room, came
but
from last.
He got to a stage in the race when he travelled, and I don't know if he didn't go on with it, you know.
He probably needs gelding. The Rocket Man was tipped by some places to be the right place. Cash Time, the Fortunes would have to wait a little longer to have their first winner. But we move on to the computer form sprint. And here's a man who knows how to train a racehorse, Joey Ramsden. Great win for him. Let's go and pick him up.
Form sprint, 1,000 metres, and they are fired away to a great start for them, down to 0. Broke the line very well down the inside. Also up there's Wrecking Ball. Pinnacle Peak shows any amount of pace down the centre. Speed Point is just behind it. Rocky Valley also shows pace towards the outside of them. Graduation Days a few lengths off the lead along with Sergeant Hardy. Then comes Golden Man. Trip to Heaven, Exquisite Touch, 6 lengths off the leader. Then comes Attenborough. Further back in the field is Nafa. Further back to Rebels Champ. In beyond that, Bishop's Bounty. And racing further back is Queen Laurie. 400 metres to go, down to 0. Wrecking Ball comes to tackle him down the inside. Pinnacle Peak, Speed Point towards the outside. Attenborough is starting to run on strongly. In beyond that, Sergeant Hardy. Pinnacle Peak in front, down to 0. Attenborough is coming home hard on the outside. And Attenborough is going to take home the Grade 1 computer form sprint from Pinnacle Peak. Speed Point ran third. I think on the outside, Queen Laurie ran fourth ahead of Sergeant Hardy or Rocky Valley.
Well, there you go. Pripper Mickleborough bred that one. And
sorry, going back to Hero's Honor. Mickey Goss's Summerhill bred there. Well done to Mickey and his team that Await the Dawn as is. But Miss Pippa Mickleborough, I looked at in the book. Well done to Pippa. She's having a wonderful year with Oratorio, with VAR, and wonderful that she bred this horse Attenborough. It was a very good race for Joey when you think of Speed Point running third.
Yeah.
Joey came to town and did the business.
He sent a team up there. They've been there for quite some time now. They've all had a warm-up run, and they need a bit of time to acclimatise. But I think that you know, him and his team.
He knows how to train big horses.
He certainly knows how to train a horse, Joey. He's seen how many winners he's. I think he ran first and second in the feature race at Cape Town. Some listed race.
Very nice horses.
But then obviously the creme de la creme and the horse that everyone wants to the race that everyone wants to win is the Premier's Champion Challenge. Group 1, 2,000 metres. Let's go see how it unfolded.
1,000 metres ahead of them. Gates open in the Premier's Champions Challenge. A bit slow to begin was Abashiri. Lost about. First one to break is Legal Eagle. He's popped out running. Another rushes on his heels straight away. Then comes Dawn Assault. Orchid Island's in the race as well. Against the rail, just 2 lengths off the leader. Fort Embo around runners. Goes closer to the pace, but has been nudged and nurdled just to hold position. Then comes Safe Harbour. Glider Pilot at the outside of Abashiri, and Brazuca's trapped out deep. Got no luck at this stage. Out after those to Coral Fever, being sat on towards the rear of the field. Last year's winner, De Juvente, has 2 behind. They are French Navy and Sylvan Star at the corner of the track. 1,300 metres left to go, and Legal Eagle is making matters up front. He's 2 lengths in front. Second place is Another Russia. She is at the outside of Dawn Assault, who's well placed at the rail in third. Then a length and a half away to Fort Ember at the outside of Orchid Island. Then came Safe Harbour. She races about 6 lengths off the leader. Further back to Abashiri. Glider Pilot is now a length behind him. Deo Juvente, Brazuca, they travelling together with Coral Fever in between them in the black and red. Sylvan Star, and at the back of the field is French Navy. There's 10 lengths in it past the 800 metres board, and Legal Eagle, the king, will guard them into the home straight from the Queen in the yellow sleeves and cap in second. Another Rush is just a length away. Then comes Dawn Assault. Orchid Island, Black Jacket and Scarlet Cap is in fourth. Then comes Fort Ember. She's been under persuasion throughout. In the middle of the course is Safe Harbour. Abashiri darts up the inside rail. De Juvente. Then comes Glider Pilot as they get into the final 500 metres. Legal Eagle 1 length in front of Another Russia, who's a length and a half in front of Abashiri. Then comes Safe Harbour. Coral Fever in the middle of the course in the black sleeves, and the red cap Sylvan Star is doing some progress into the final 250. Legal Eagle clings on. Coral Fever, Abashiri. Then comes Another Russia. Safe Harbour was next, but Coral Fever and Abashiri come to do battle. Nearest us, Coral Fever. Abashiri, toe to toe, eye to eye, but Coral Fever has pulled off a big one. Coral Fever beat Abashiri. Then came Sylvan Star. Another Russia was fourth to finish. Safe Harbour was next.
Well, we love to see these type of horses win. And
my favourite stallion, Judd Pot.
Yeah, well,
Judd
your
Pot.
favourite stallion.
Yeah, Judd Pot does it.
One of my favourite owners, Colin's Riskerberg.
Yeah, Colin and Sylvia. Well done to them.
Sylvia,
He puts his money in. He's got them home. Robbie Sage, I've been saying on the show for years, a great trainer. Give them the right horse, they win.
Yeah, no, he certainly knows his way around the town. I remember years when he just started training, won the Gold Bowl with...
he went down and won the Guineas in Cape Town. Muzi Yeni rode this.
Yeah.
Muzi gets the big ones too. He got a big one for Joe Soma a few weeks back.
He's had a season of seasons because guys riding some big race winners.
Yeah, Muzi's red hot as well.
Red hot. But this was a wonderful win, and Ascot Stud bred this. Out of a rich man's gold mare.
That's right.
So that's where this, and this horse has been good this season. He's really come well. He won the Colorado King, then he's won this.
He's a very good horse, Jim.
Yeah, I think he's
he'll lurk into town for the big one, won't he?
Yeah, I would think that they've
him and the runner-up would lurk in definitely.
Chances, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Abashiri, I'm not so sure about, but
I think Michael will come into town.
Come into town. Okay, we then move on to the next one, which was the Gerald Rosenberg. Let's go and pick them up at the 600.
In the white body, then Cold Cash, Simply Royals now put herself to within 2 lengths of the leader. Sabina's Dynasty's kept in her pocket and she's been kept honest by Simply Royal. Further back to patch it up, Baby Wind Chill on the inside rail. Then comes Tumbalung and Pennington Sands. They got plenty work to do, 400 metres left to go. The leader is still Girl on the run. Barpot at its inside, then Simply Royal. Further back to Sabina's Dynasty, Wind Chill on the far inside as they now race down towards the final 200 metres, and it's Barpot in the lead. Sabina's Dynasty is a length away. She is bridging the gap. Then comes Girl on the run. It's still Barpot, but Sabina's Dynasty, full of running, comes to join her, and Sabina's Dynasty has won. Second goes to Barpot. Third place to Girl on the run, and fourth to Wind Chill.
Well done to Paul Peter, but I think Striker was the answer here.
Any guy who says Striker's finished, I read that article the other day, well then I'm hairless. Yeah. I promise you this was just a fantastic ride. See, he picked up the right horse to follow. He didn't, the main chance horses who pulled out the quartet, they're in third and fourth, but he knew, get after the Judd Pot.
Yeah, get off the Judd Pot, the Dynasty.
Isn't this bred to be a good horse?
Yeah.
Sabina Park, or Sabina Park.
Sabina Park. We could argue about his name forever. Michael de Broglio, I think that was his,
that's right,
one of his first top horses, and he sold it when he sold all his horses. This was a great buy. She was a maiden when these guys bought it.
Wow, very good buy, because it's got a pedigree and a half.
Well done to them. They won now 4, including the Gerald Rosenberg, so that's just pretty impressive. We're going to move on now and have a look at the Gold Bowl, Grade 3.
Chardonnay just cruised in, was further back. Storm Warning's been asked to run. Had Muso Mundo further back then to Pagoda and Parisian Chic. Are we seeing another Rano run here? Let It Rain is 12, 14, 16 lengths clear. Can he maintain this? Second place is still Kitty's Destiny. Then comes Odd Rob, just cruised in. Further back then to Storm Warning, the Elmo Effect and Cool Chardonnay. Let It Rain has got 250 metres left to go. The other's an extra 20 metres. Second place is just cruised in. Kitty's Destiny further back to Storm Warning. Let It Rain still in front. The pack is coming. Just cruised in. Kitty's Destiny. It's still Let It Rain from just cruised in. Let It Rain. Unbelievable. Let It Rain did it for Ashley Fortune. Just cruised in second. Then came Kitty's Destiny. Fourth got close. Cool Chardonnay and Storm.
Well, a quick double for Dynasty. And this one was bred by Highlands. And I thought a very enterprising ride for Ashley Fortune's first winner as a trainer.
Great start.
Win the Gold Bowl.
Is she married to Mana?
She's married to Mana, and her, what would he be, stepson or something, Aldo the Mayor, they're all interlinked.
They're fantastic, and they're all doing very well. Aldo's a fantastic jockey. Mana was a legendary jockey, South African champion. And well done to Ashley. I really liked the commentary.
Brilliant.
That was a fantastic commentary, and really, Cohen is a great commentator. He knows how to spice it up. And when he pulled the run, I started to laugh.
And before he said the king and the queen,
the king and the queen.
Got some great takes.
Well
Alistair,
done.
world class. May you
class.
long be with us. I think that you're going to be going.
I think he's going to be snapped up.
I don't think that you can last here too much.
But Ashley Fortune's got to be in great spirits now.
Well, I thought it was a cracking.
Look at Hassan Adams.
Hassan,
another big player in the industry. Well done, Hassan.
And the Chinsamis.
And it's big players.
With the great mates. And wonderful to see this horse win. And I think that Hassan Adams had a very, very good relationship with Andrew Fortune.
Just to touch on the runner-up, Chesney Fanzel's taken out his license, and his horse's runner-up.
Yeah, two runner-ups.
So wonderful, and it's just great for a young man making his way in the world. He knows how to train horses, and now he's out on his own.
Okay, well, there you go. That was out of a Giant's Causeway mare. You see, Galileo, Giant's Causeway. You see, these are the influences that we get from Australia, basically.
Absolutely. Bring them in. Bring them in.
Anyway, that's the way it goes. And it was a wonderful big day on Saturday. And there was fantastic racing, fantastic sport. And we're looking forward to the big start of champion season. We just had the little aperitif on Friday night. It's going to be a great season. I hope you have a great week's racing.
Your world of winners is now online at www.teletrack.com. Simply subscribe to log into your account from any mobile device in South Africa and access a wide variety of content from our membership package options. Listen in via a live audio stream, catch live racing locally and internationally, or view a wide variety of Teletrack magazine shows to stay informed and updated on the go at any time. It's never been easier. Go to teletrack.com now.